the entire world. Let me get down here. You guys a better view. It's comedic how many people there are out here. Oh, I love it though. I love it. This is why I always tell you guys, man, if I knew about TikTok and I knew about live streaming during the early days of the pandemic, man, I would have like literally 2 million followers now. I'm gonna stand on the edge over here without falling over. You start to see it a little bit from here. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Now, during the Sino-Japanese War, during World War II, this thing actually took quite a bit of damage. It took about 200 rounds from the Japanese army during the Second Sino-Japanese War. And yet, still standing strong after all these years. That was nearly 100 years ago. That was like 87 years ago. You can see still standing strong. This entire structure is made out of wood without a single nail. Not one iron nail was used to glue this together, to put this together. It's all handmade and put together like a Lego. So you guys think Legos are impressive today when you see those big Legos that are put together? Well, imagine manufacturing the individual wood pieces needed to put this thing together. You can see it's not perfect, right? You can see that the lines are not perfect. It's a little bit it's a little bit crooked, right? That's because it's all handmade 980 years ago. It shouldn't be perfect. It should be a little bit slanted. It should be a little bit crooked because it's been through so much. And now it's leaning, by the way. For those of you who just came into the live stream, this whole thing is now leaning like the Leaning Tower of Pisa by maybe about a couple degrees. So this is another reason why they don't let you climb up there no more, man. They don't want it to topple over. Also, this is a no drone zone. 2 kilometer distance, 1.3 miles, within a 1.3 mile radius, no drones. You cannot fly your drone anywhere near this tower. Beautiful. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Pepper. Yeah, Black Hawk, hopefully not in our lifetime. I think if it stood almost 1,000 years already, there's no reason with today's technology why it can't stand another 1,000 years. Let's keep moving, y'all. Let's actually come up here. I mean, this might be a little temple here. I should be able to get a pretty good view from here. Oh, thank you, Joe J. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Arjun, Johnny, top notch. Thank you. Beautiful Yingxian wood tower. Thank you, BB and Arjun and Jean and Pepper. Beautiful. Thank you, Annabelle. Thank you, Mel B. BB. Thank you. Man, I gotta estimate it's got at least 1,000 people here, if not more, man. This place is very well built nowadays. I'm happy for my father's hometown, man. Thank you, BB. I'm happy for them. They deserve this success. This is why you gotta come out to these unknown parts of China, to all the foreigners, to all the Americans back home. Thank you, Annabelle. Thank you, Annabelle. Thank you, everybody, for all the blessings, man. Brian Tees, man, Pugs, Annis. Y'all know how I feel about y'all. Alex, man, Mel B, Colleen. Y'all know how I feel about y'all. Y'all make it possible for me to do this. This is like real stuff, man. This is none of that stuff where, like, you know, they make it to look old, but it's actually made like 5 years ago. This is real. That's why you gotta come out to Shanxi to see this. Thank you, Mel B and Nana. Beautiful. The Yingxian wood tower, oldest wood tower in the world. Now, which way do you guys think is leaning? I'm gonna take my face out of it. Which way do you guys think is leaning, y'all? Thank you, Susie. You see the lean a little bit? It tilts a little bit to the left from the back. If you're looking at the front, it tilts a little bit that way. But here, it's tilting just a little bit this way right here. Yeah, exactly. They built a skyscraper exactly to the left. You guys can see it, right? Man, beautiful. So now, this is what I mean by every single floor. So here's the trick. Now, for all the American folks, y'all gonna be blown away by this. It looks like there's only one story, this is 2 stories. Thank you, Annis. And then floor number 3, floor number 4, floor number 5 and floor number 6. It looks like there's only 6 or 7 floors, right? Apparently, there's almost like 10 floors. There's actually hidden floors in the middle that you can't see from the outside. There are no windows, but there are a lot of hidden floors right up there that you can't see from the outside. And they even found, when they were excavating this, even in 2000, like 2005, 2006, they found Liao Dynasty textbooks, texts, religious scripts that were still buried in here. Beautiful. I know, man, this is the great-grandparents, more like 30 generations ago, 40 generations ago. Thank you, Katie. You can go inside, but you can no longer climb it unless you're an employee or a government leader or a, you know, let's say Donald Trump came out here or Kamala Harris or Joe Biden came out here, they would go up there. But for the regular folks like us, if we buy a ticket for $7, we can only see it from the bottom. We can go inside and see the main Buddhist temple, but we actually can't go all the way up there. As early as recent as 2002, I believe, you could still go and climb it. But now, you can't really climb it anymore. So you could just only see it from the outside. So if you're like the prime minister, if you're the president, you know what I'm saying? If you're a local Chinese government leader, you can go up there. But for us, everyday folks, we can only see it from the outside. This is why there's so many people here. Yeah, I agree, man. I love the fact that you guys love it. You know, this is why we brave the crowds to show this to you. Once again, the world's largest and the oldest wood tower on this entire planet, the Yingxian wood tower. And let me translate to you guys these 4 words here, because I actually recognize every single one of them. These 4 words means Yong. I think it means Yongzhen Jingchen. I think somebody who's Chinese can tell me what this means. I understand what these 2 words means. These means golden city. That means forever. That means town. I don't know what these 4 words together means. It's trying to say something. I think it's trying to say always righteous, always righteous, and golden. Always righteous, golden. Man, the Chinese people who are better at Chinese than me can translate this, man. I'm a little bit amateur when it comes to this stuff. Thank you, Marlene, because this is very religious, man, and I'm not Buddhist, so I can't really translate. Beautiful. Thank you, Patty. The Golden Town, right? Patty, thank you. Anyway, let's get up out of here. Once again, take a look at this tower right here, the oldest wood tower in the entire world. Yeah, eternal righteous city, right? That's what I thought. Eternal righteous city. Yeah, that's a good definition. Let me pin that comment. My demon gun. That's a good comment. I'll pin this. Right. That's what it says right here. Yongzhen Jingchen. Righteous, eternal righteous city. Beautiful. Once again, I have to tell you guys this. The bone of the Buddha was discovered here as well, but it's no longer kept here. I believe it's in Beijing in a museum or a research facility somewhere. But apparently the bone of the Buddha, one of the Buddhas from India, was buried here. Thank you, Sat Goddess. Thank you. All right, let's get up out of here. Let's go into the temple. Let's bring my face back. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, man. A lot of people out here, everybody. Man, I love it though. Lots and lots of people out here. Yeah, really, his bone is called a sheli. So it could be a tooth, it could be a finger bone, it could be a foot-toe bone. Some bone from the Buddha was apparently kept here for over 900 years. All right, let's get up out of here. You see, there's a lot of tour groups out here. So once again, senior citizens get to come out here for totally free. If you're over the age of 60, I think either 60 or 65, the ticket is totally free. And if you have to buy a ticket like myself, it's $7 US to get in here. $7. And, you know, pretty well organized. Just way more people than I remember from 4 years ago. Obviously, with the pandemic being over, there's a lot of people out here. So let's go into this temple, see where everybody is headed. All right, let's go in. Let's go in. See if I can get a better view from here. All right, so this is This is called 佛宫寺 over here, which means Buddhist hall temple. And I think this should be a modern structure. This is the man, I'm not gonna spend too much time here walking around. I'm trying to show you guys more of the wood tower, but this is another Buddhist structure here where you can go in here and pray to the Buddha. So I think most people, you can burn incense, you can kneel in front of the Buddha. Let's see what's in front of here. So this is the divine hall in the middle. Man, thank you, LBJ. I appreciate you. It's not easy braving this crowd. I'm a little bit under the weather today. My throat from about 3 days ago when I was riding a train. I think I might have caught some. Oh God. I gotta take off my hat. I also have to be quiet.
小猫咪在听，我也长筋了。
I don't see anything that says no photograph. Thank you, Terrence. I have to be real quiet in here. Thank you, Melby. I have to be real quiet in here. Because it's a religious Buddhist temple, I have to be quiet. Thank you, Arjun. Thank you, David. These are the Buddhist scriptures that are kept here. You can see they're all numbered volume by volume. Thank you, Arjun. Thank you, LBJ. Thank you, Pittsburgh. Thank you, guys. Thank you, LBJ in Pittsburgh. Gen X. Thank you, Pugs. Thank you, Pugs.
前一样。对。
Thank you, Melby. Each Buddha is going to represent something else. They're all responsible for different blessings. So for example, you'll bow to a certain Buddha for a certain purpose. Each of them represent different spiritual meanings. Thank you, Melby. Out of here. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Daniel. I have some cash on me. Even though I'm not Buddhist, make a little donation on the behalf of everybody. I have some cash on me. Thank you, Laugh Till. Bring us some. It's a sign of respect for this place. I think I should have a 20. I got a 10 on me. The other bills are real small. Make a little donation on our behalf. Got a 10 on me. Oh, by the way, we're going here, by the way. This very spot, we're going here. Make a little donation. Let's get him out of here. Grab my hat. We're going there for sure. Incredible. Thank you, Calm. Thank you, Linda. Let's get him out of here. Oh. All right, y'all. We just left the temple. That was a very beautiful temple. That was a very, very well-made temple here, directly facing the Yingxian wood tower. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Matilda. Very, very, very. So once again, remember that when you come out here to the Yingxian wood tower, yes, you're looking at history. You're looking at an amazing history of somewhere that's existed for 980 years. Yes, that's what you're looking at, 960 years. But you have to remember that originally, this tower in the middle was surrounded by a series of temples. Now, those temples were destroyed long ago in antiquity. They were burnt to the ground. Those temples were also made out of wood. So what you see here is actually a modern reenactment. Thank you, Lisa Ann. A modern reinterpretation of what the temple would have looked like in antiquity, because these did not survive. These did not survive at all the original wood buildings that were here around the temple and the temple that was surrounded this tower, they were all destroyed. So the fact that you see this thing still standing when everything else around it has been destroyed is an absolute miracle. And this is why the Yingxian Wood Tower attracts so many people every single year as a major tourist destination now, is because of the fact that it survived when everything else around it was destroyed. This is the only thing that's left from 965 years ago from the Liao dynasty. Now, something else I have to demonstrate to you guys, Carol, thank you so much, is that you have to remember the folks that built this thing are not what you would consider to be the modern day Chinese people. They are actually modern day Mongolian and Central Asian people. So you think about the Uzbekistans, the Kazakhstan, the Tajikistans, they are the ancestors, and along with the Mongolians, of the people that built this tower. So once again, the Liao dynasty was not an ethnic Han dynasty-led dynasty. Their emperor, their people wrote using a completely different language. So it's highly unusual today for you to see this building from 960 years ago, built by the Khitans, and yet they are using a modern Chinese writing. That is what's unique about this, because even though these nomadic tribes had conquered this part of China, they still adopted Chinese ways of building. Does that make sense? This just shows you historically how strong the Chinese culture has been. Even the people that invade and conquer this land adopt its ways. That's a really important concept for you guys to remember, because during the Qing dynasty, during the Yuan dynasty was led by the descendants of Genghis Khan, the Mongols. The Qing dynasty was led by the Manchus. They are not ethnic Han Chinese, yet they adopted Chinese ways of living. They adopted Chinese imperial standards, and they became a Chinese dynasty. So that's why this place is so unique, because it wasn't built by what you would consider to be the modern Chinese people. Like the folks that you see around here, most of them are ethnic Han people. Over 90% of the population here in China is ethnic Han. The people that built this are what you would call the modern Mongols, Mongolians, the Mongol Uzbekistan people, the Tajikistan, the Kazakhstan folks along the outer western edges of the Chinese nation. Separate nations, separate facial characteristics, separate language, right? They built this, yet it looks just like a Chinese building. It looks just like a Chinese building using the exact same techniques as the Tang and the Song and the Han dynasty, same building techniques. That's what's really amazing about this place. Even though it was built by essentially a foreign invading tribe, it looks no different than any other Chinese wood building that you would see from the Tang or the Song dynasty. Very, very cool stuff. And also, I think I mentioned it in the Discord channel before we showed up here, their language is now extinct. Like the language Latin, their language and their writing is now extinct. You can only see it in museums. You can't see it anymore being practiced by their descendants. So there's no nation, there's no tribe, there's no ethnic group here in China that speaks their language. Carol, thank you so much for the bracelets. It is a completely obsolete and they will call it a dead language, just like Latin. All right, let's keep moving, y'all. All right, what do we have over here? All right, so this particular hall, as I mentioned, was built much later. This was built in the Qing dynasty. So this is probably built somewhere in the last 200, 250 years, much later than when the tower was built 960 years ago. But since we're already here, we might as well go in. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Lisa Ann. Thank you, Carol. This is the Guan Yin Hall, right? This is the Guan Yin Buddha. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Hufflepuff. No sign here that says no photographed. 借过一下，借过一下。Thank you, Mr. Kingdom. Thank you, Dev. Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, I do not know them all. Thank you, Deb. I know a couple. It's the Guanyin Temple, the Guanyin Buddha in the middle. That is the large Guanyin Buddha. This is the small Guanyin Buddha. This jump. Look at this one right here. Thank you, user. It's incredible. This is from the Qing Dynasty. And that's obviously Tangsen here from Journey to the West. Thank you, sir. Thank you. What's up? This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness. The structures from the Qing Dynasty. Thank you, Marty. Pay our respects to the Buddha. Let's get out of here. Respect, respect, respect. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Mel B. Let's keep going, y'all. I don't even remember this particular temple last time I was here 4 years ago. I don't even think it was... I don't even think it was open to the public 4 years ago. Now you can come out here and see it for free, or it's included with your ticket. But I don't think you can even come out here 4 years ago and see it. I have no recollection of this whatsoever from 4 years ago. Let's go into this one last temple here, and we'll go back to the wood tower. I actually have to take you guys to a different location, so we do have to get up out of here. We can't stay here for too much longer. I have to take you guys to a different location.